I'm literally about 1 kilometre from entering the motorway, and I got a phone call from Ken, the car hire guy, and he was going, stop, stop, stop. There's a lot of accidents in China, and that concerns me. And it concerns me because today I'm going to rent a car. In order to rent a car, you need 2 documents. One is your passport, and 2 is your Chinese driving license. You obviously need a residence or a temporary residence permit to get that. And today, my daughter's flying to China, and I'm going to go to Guangzhou Airport and pick her up. It's a distance of about 150 miles, and the journey should take me around about 2 hours max. But I'm English and my driving skills are pretty good, and I'm very cautious and aware and wary of other drivers, and if they drive like they ride e-bikes, then the journey's going to be somewhat worrying. I've had my driving license for about 8 years now, but I don't use it that frequently. I've only hired and rented cars 3 times, and so approximately this is a guess, I've got no idea exactly, but I would say 1 in 1,000 foreigners in China that live in China have a driving license. And most of those that do are also either married or have a residence, and they have their own cars and they drive quite frequently. Now, the worst drivers on Chinese roads, in my opinion are truck drivers. If you can think of all the bad words in your own language, or any language that you know, put them in a box and chuck it in the cab of one of those vehicles, then they deserve those insults. Many of them, not all of them, either their loads fall off onto an innocent person passing by, or they avoid another truck and kill innocent bystanders as well. So as well as looking out for where you're going, you must also be aware of the trucks that are around you. Another thing that I criticize many Chinese drivers is mirrors. Really, they don't tend to use them, or they may see a vehicle overtaking them and it doesn't mean diddly. They will still pull out and overtake the vehicle in front of them, or pull out for no particular reason. Not forgetting that on these roads, especially on the motorways, they have solid white lines that you mustn't cross once you get into those areas. And they do. If they miss their exit, they're going to cross those solid white lines at a particularly slow speed and then get hit by several other vehicles, or those other vehicles may avoid them and therefore crash into innocent people. Now, when I learned to drive, and I am a qualified driving instructor, one of the things you learn to do is when you do your brake test, you brake in a straight line. You do not turn left and right to avoid the obstacle. You brake in a straight line, remembering that if something is going left and right, you don't turn to try to avoid it because you may go in the wrong direction and have a collision. So brake in a straight line. And I have no intentions, if anything happens to me on this journey and something happens in front of me, I will continue on my way, braking as hard as I can, keeping the vehicle under control. I will not turn left and right and hit an innocent bystander whilst the culprit drives away uninjured, unscratched, and they are the cause of several deaths. But there we go, there's the morbid part of this story. Now I'm going to go to this car hire centre, which is about 30 meters to my right. I'm going to go here and look at 2 vehicles. There's one vehicle, I'm told, is for 200 RMB a day, and the other one is 500 RMB a day. The 500 is certainly suitable for my family that I'm picking up, because they've got multiple suitcases. The cost seems a little extravagant for China, but for the Western world, I think 50 English pounds is really, really quite good. Hopefully there'll be no scratches or anything that's occurred on the vehicle. And remembering, all over the world now, when you rent a car, hire a car, takes many photos so that you don't get conned when you get back to say, oh, that scratch wasn't there. So I'll be showing you some of the vehicle in this video, as well as taking photos with my phone. And I am going to give a big shout out to this guy. He seems a very professional guy. The business is called Tongyan. And it's on. It's right near the lakes of Zhaoqing, the 7-star crags. I think you'll have to correct me on this. I think there's about 3 car hire centres in Zhaoqing, and I've chose this one particularly for the service. Not so much for the vehicles, but really for the service and the hospitality that they've provided over the last 2 days whilst I've been looking around. So now I've got to do some paperwork with Ken here. So let me just show you the car that I'm going to rent out now for 24 hours at a cost of 50 English pounds, maybe 55, give or take a few quid, whatever. This is a Chinese brand of Buick, Buick labelling on the interior, but it's actually made in Germany, so I'm told. Yeah, I don't know why they like to leave it on tick over. He's left it on tick over now for about 20 minutes, maybe just for the air condition. I'm not in favour of that. You know, a bit of an environmentalist thing, I suppose. Not too serious on it, but yeah, so there's a few marks down here I can see and a few at the back. Nothing too serious, but I will take photographs of them. Any of those foreigners who drive on a regular basis in China, you're going to say, oh my God, how boring. But this is not just for you. This is for other people who are considering coming to China and renting a car for 1 or 2 days. Okay, so now we've actually agreed on a car, and now all the staff are here, and another gentleman is doing a video for his company. Hi, he's the electronics technician to make videos for this company. And you've already met Ken. And 你叫什么名字？我叫阿水。Ashay. Okay. And Ken's daughter, is the boss, is the Lao Ban. Yes. Very shortly, I'm going to sign over the cash via WeChat. 2,000 RMB deposit, that's about 200 English pounds. I'll put that in the corner of the video here, how much it is in US dollars. And then I'm going to start my journey. A little nervous because of the roads, a little nervous because it's a new vehicle, but I'll soon get used to it. I'm just going to give you a rundown of the quality of the car. The car itself is absolutely stunning. Really, really good. It's, you know, there's a lot more modern.
2.5 kilometers. There are several EC charging cameras.
Okay. The speed limit on this road at the moment is 100 kilometers an hour. That's about 60 miles an hour, about. The car itself, very, very comfortable car. There's a few electronic gadgets in it.
All lanes are passable. Keep on the main road.
I've actually never used a sat-nav before. I'm old-fashioned and still used to using maps, working out my route and then just following that which is in my memory. So using the sat-nav, extremely useful, a little different for me. I know most of the population.
3.5 kilometers. Multiple connections from the right.
Just goes.
Be aware of traffic from the right.
Okay. Oh, there you go. A few interruptions there from the sat-nav, but it's in English. The app is called AMAP, A-M-A-P, and I had it a long time ago, never used it in my life. It was always Chinese. I deleted it, re-uploaded it, and now have it in English. It's great. It's absolutely brilliant for driving. It tells you every junction, tells you the speed, tells you cameras that are along the way, whether they're seatbelt cameras or speed cameras. So, yeah, technology, eh? But that's what it's all about. But what it doesn't do, if you think you can just get into a car and drive it because you can drive and you can listen to a sat-nav.
Area into kilometers.
It doesn't necessarily tell you what the signs say. When you take your written test, you have to learn some of the signs, quite a number of signs actually, and road markings. So you still have to do your homework. Sometimes wonder if many of the locals have not done their homework. I'm doing 91, there we go. I'm doing 91, the speed limit is down to 60, so I'm going to slow right down. Cannot afford to get any violations and lose my deposit. There's some roadworks going on and that's why the speed has come down. Yeah. I have seen cars tearing past me at great speeds, whether they're going to get violations. Oh my God, I'm doing 65, even 5 kilometers over the speed limit may be enough to get me a few points. I don't want to get any points. Right, Everything's overtaking
In
me.
800 meters, approaching the service area.
Oh my God. Cars behind me are squeezing to do. There goes one. Yeah. I can't film them. But I'm doing I'm actually doing over the speed limit. They are doing 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. That's life, yeah. Right,
All
now
lanes are passable. Keep on the main road.
this is very much like what's called the
500
M25.
meters, camera for seatbelt violations and speeding over 120.
Right. Yeah, in the UK we have the ring road, the M25, and the people that use that on a regular basis think they own it and they terrace it along because they're so used to it. If you're a tourist or you don't use it that frequently, then it may be a little daunting.
Past electronic eye.
Just past an electronic eye. What's that for? Maybe this camera. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get back to my driving. Finding a parking space at this airport is not easy. There's tens of thousands of cars here, I guess, and I've been driving around several levels of this car park trying to find a spot. Eventually found one, and because it's the first time I've used it, it was a bit of a bugger to reverse. I much prefer the mirrors and looking myself than using that gadget in the middle of the screen that tells you where you're going. It's got an aerial view and whatever. First time I've ever used it, so new experience for me. But anyway, so there we go. There's the journey to Guangzhou Airport, and I've still got probably 90 minutes before my daughter's flight lands. So I've got to kill some time. Let's go to 7-Eleven. Okay, for you, the viewer, it may just be a few seconds on the video, but for me, it's been 24 hours. I went to the airport. The drive to the airport was very, very good. And the main roads, the motorways, let's say, are very good. And I used the sat nav on my phone, which I explained in the car, AMAP. And yeah, parking was okay, a little bit tight, but parking was okay. Collected my family from the airport, and the journey back was even better as the roads were much quieter. The only problem I had was when I was driving through the city of Zhaoqing. Now, any city, whether it's Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Beijing, or even Zhaoqing, is the local people. Because they know the roads, they zigzag in and out, trying to get to their destinations very fast. So that was a bit cumbersome and a bit awkward at times. But other than that, the drive was absolutely brilliant. Now, I've returned the car. I didn't go to the fuel station. The young chap behind me here, he took the car. It cost me 220 RMB to make that journey of about 300 miles there and back total. 220 RMB, so sorry. Yeah, work that in mileage. That's really not much at all. So yeah, at the most 25 English pounds for 300 miles. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. And now I've returned the car back. I have to wait 3 days. 3 days to see if I've committed any traffic violations. The police or the camera system, whatever, will contact the hire company. If I've made any traffic violations, got any fines or anything like this, it will be deducted from my 2,000 RMB, 200 English pound deposit, and then I'm refunded the rest. But other than that, they've inspected the car, they've cleaned the car, they've filled it up, and so the car is okay. Now we just have to wait for any traffic violations. Once I've got the answers from that, then Ben will then send me the deposit back. With that, I'm going to say thank you very much, Ben. Okay, okay, and take care. And if you ever want to rent a car, please come to this place. Very good service.
大家外国的朋友如果来租车的话，可以来这边租车。我们拥有100多台高、中、低档的车辆。
There you go, exactly what I said, Ben just said as well. Thanks for watching, please tune into my next video. Take care, all the very best, bye-bye. I've got the car here that I'm hiring. I'm about 15, maybe 18 kilometers from my departure, and I got a call from the car hire company saying, stop, stop, stop. They have the key to the car, so once I get to my destination, i.e. the airport, when I turn the car off, I won't be able to restart it. So yeah, there was in a little panic. The car was on tick over when he let me go. He was standing next to the window and he just forgot to put the key and give that to me, because it's all electronic, all these modern cars. You don't have to put the key into the ignition. So I'm waiting here now for Ken to arrive, or someone to arrive from the car hire company to give me the key.